Odotappas heilani pikkusen aikaa, kun varpunen räystää hällä. Odotappas heilani pikkusen aikaa, kun varpunen räystää hällä.
Hi, my name is Wakako and I'm the owner of Graponia, which is a small yarn shop based in Kobe, Japan. You can find me on Instagram as Graponia Kobe, where I update constantly. So, welcome back to my channel, episode number 2. First of all, excuse me for the first episode if you heard the noise through the microphone. I hope it's better now. I'd like to start this episode by my recent life in the kitchen. I made this banana cake, which I baked a lot a year ago, but somehow I stopped baking it because I had way too much in a short period. My son eats banana honestly every day, and I thought it's a good chance to make him again, which I was sure he'd love it. I was doing pretty good until the last moment when I put in the flour. I had to improvise the recipe, but it turned out better than the original, which made us all surprised. We all ate in a flash, so now I might bake him again when I have enough bananas in stock. March started busy working a lot, mainly organizing workshops. This is one of the moments from a wave sweater workshop. It is a sweater designed by Marianne Isagar from her latest book. We'll be having more workshops to come this month, and it is really exciting to have people coming in and out, knitting, chatting with a cup of coffee. We started by casting on from the bottom rib. We always run out of time, but I'm glad that this design is quite simple in memorizing the pattern and in shaping. It's really interesting that we all have a different taste of color choices, and all of them are really cute. This is my wave sweater, and I took this footage in my garden on a sunny day. It is a little bit cropped compared to what the instruction asks for. Otherwise, the sizing is all as the pattern. My mother also made one with a different yarn in gray color. Hers is a little longer and lengthwise and has more relaxed sleeves. The pink version is just the right size with the right amount of fabric around my shoulders to sleeves. It's easy to move and easy to wear a jacket over it, but if you want a cuter or elegant look, not too oversized but still a little bit more room, I recommend continuing the sleeves pattern for 5 cm more than the instruction. If you make the sleeves deeper, the garment will get bigger lengthwise, so if you want it cropped, it's better to knit the body 5 cm shorter. I've also finished knitting this wave sweater for my son. His version is knitted with Isagar, Jensen, and Alpaca 1 holding 1 strand each. It was such a quick knit compared to the adult size as usual, and I really enjoyed it. I modified the size obviously, but I also made the neckline a little bit deeper, or I'll say rounder, so that it'll be easier for him to wear. What I did is that I started decreasing the neckline every row, but at a certain point I started decreasing every 2 rows. I made several sweaters for my son, and sometimes the neckline is too small for his head to get through, and that makes him refuse to wear that, so I pay a lot of attention, especially for necklining. I thought I made the sweater a little bit larger, but it seems that it's just the size for him. My next finished object is this Sunday tee by Petit Knit. It is knitted with Isagar Trio 1 in color Granite and Alpaca 1 in color 52, holding 1 strand each. I used up 2 balls of Alpaca 1, I say, just less than 1 meter left. For Trio 1, you'll need 2.5 balls. I wanted to make a purple t-shirt to wear during the viola and lavender season outside in my garden. The texture is cool and smooth, but with a little bit of weight, which makes the fabric look drapey. In the pattern, it is said to bind off and then sew in the edge afterwards, but I folded in the edges as I knit for the neckline and as I bind off for the bottom and sleeves. For the neckline, I did a mistake and folded the other way so mine has a purl side showing. I realized the mistake when I was about to slip the sleeves, so I didn't have any energy to go back and fix it. I've seen this opposite version of mine so much, I actually don't feel uncomfortable about it. I wore it next to my skin the other day, but it wasn't itchy at all at this time of the season, but I'll have to see when it gets warmer. I've knitted Isagai Trio 1 itself in the past, but this time holding one strand of alpaca 1 was surprisingly easier to knit and the texture with more warmth, which I really liked. I am planning to cast on another one for my son with superwash merino fingering from Big Little Yarn Co. in colorway Moonglow. The color is basically yellow, but this two skeins looks more like a beige compared to others. Superwash merino is just the perfect base for the coming season, and I hope I can finish it fast enough to add into his summer wardrobe. I still have so many whips I want to finish, and one of them is my MCAL shawl by Stephen West. This is the Geogradient shawl from last year, and mine is knitted with merino from Knitting for Olive. Knitting for Olive is such a nice yarn, as you may all know already. I really like the variation of shades that they have and the quality of yarn, especially this merino and my favorite one, cotton merino. I picked up the other day and started section 12, which is the second zigzag slips. The first zigzag section took so long than I thought, so I hope this time I can knit in a good rhythm. I did a mod in the first section mixing colors, so I decided to use mohair in section 9 and 10 to avoid the same color come next to each other. I'm enjoying watching the progresses and finished shawl on Instagram by all knitters around the world, which I think is one of the fun part of knitting MCALs. Well, this is the end of today. Thank you for watching until the end. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to ask. And please don't forget to click and like and subscribe if you want to stick around with me. Mata ne!
Kesä